Greetings and welcome back to the replay of the Great War Scenario 11, which is based around the Mametz village there. And we will now start turn 4. Let's see what we have here then. Okay, we have an attack left and still that replacement card. The replacement card is not necessary for us. We don't have any reduced units right now. We got one eliminated, but no others has taken any losses as of yet. So we'll leave the replacements, but we play the attack left then. So what will we do? We will continue, I think, to pour up the guys towards the German trenches, more or less. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So I will activate these 3 infantry units, and this guy will leap into the shell hole like that. This guy will only move 1, and he will actually fire against the German machine gun there. And I think this guy will move 2 hexes. Or actually, let's move in only 1. And we can fire with him as well. Yeah. Let's see. Like that. Okay, so that cannot fire, but that guy would fire, and that guy can also fire, and we have no cards to play. Not the Germans either, so we have 2 1-die attacks against the machine gun. Here comes the first one. That's a miss, and the second one is a flag, which he will ignore. So that's basically it. And we grab another one. We have plenty of these now, so I will go for another combat card actually. This time we got the reposition. Target machine gun and mortar units. They may move 3 units, or 3 hexes, that's good, during the movement, or they may battle and then move 2 immediately after that, and that's also really good. We could fire and then relocate forward. Same with these guys, they could actually fire or actually move into the German trenches right away. I don't think they can. I think they need to follow movement restrictions though, so they cannot move through my units there. So, pretty good. We're ready for the German turn 4 then. And they got an attack center. Okay. Oh man, this will be hard, I think. So, what do they have in the center section? They have the machine gun and the mortar in the buildings, and they have this machine gun. So, let's see if they now are interested in playing the mortar barrage card then. Yes, they are. So they will play it for 3, meaning the mortar will fire twice and with 1 additional die. Yeah. I wonder, I think that guy's line of sight is blocked. So he cannot fire at me there. So he could put an artillery barrage with a strength of 3. Yeah. Should he? Oh, maybe he should. I'm not sure. I mean, he could put it here, right? And hope for a double. Oh. I don't know if it's worth it to spend his last 3. I'll roll for it. So 1 to 3, he will do the artillery barrage. 4 to 6, he will not. Okay, he will do it. So he pays 3, and since we will not have any movement coming, we go right away to the artillery, and that's the target hex. I put it there, and we roll 3 dice. And he's hoping for a double. He also will hit me with a 1. He got a double and he got a 1. So he's actually hitting me with 2 dice there and 1 die there. So let's start with the target hex. Okay, I can ignore 1, but the other one is a hit, so 1 guy down here. And then he got the 1 die attack up here also. And that's a flag which I will of course ignore. So that was the artillery. Like that. And then we have this machine gun who will fire at my scouting party with 3 dice. And no hits, but he gained 2 HQ tokens. And then he has this mortar barrage coming, and he will get 1 additional die. Would he fire against these guys, he will get actually 3 dice, but I'm in trench. Here he will get 2 dice, but I can only ignore 1 soldier symbol. So also I'm decimated here. I'll roll for that too. So 1 to 3, he will attack my scouting party in the trench. 4 to 6, he opts to bombard these guys. Okay, so it's the guys in the shell holes for 2 dice. 1 hit and an HQ token. So one guy goes down here. And he gained that 1. And he does a second attack there too. But that's no hits, no effect. So I'm still here with 2 guys. Okay. Pretty good fire by the Germans there. So we grab him another card. Oops. And then he has 3 of these. So let's see. He rolled a 1, so he will actually grab a card. And that's a guess attack. Cost him 5, and I cannot ignore any flags for 1 turn. Okay. So that was German turn 4. So let's move on to turn 5, and it's our turn as the British again. And now we have a forward card, meaning we could activate 2 units in each section. Maybe we should play it together with the reposition and get things going here now. I could move up my machine gun and also my mortar after firing with it. Maybe at least that one is a bit tempting. Maybe the mortar is fine there. Yeah, I think so. I'm wondering what I'm gonna do with these guys who got hit by 2. Well, anyway, I will activate these 2 guys here. In the center section I want to activate I think I'll bring back those guys back to the trench. So I'll activate that guy and machine gun. On my right hand side I will activate my mortar and I don't think I'm ready to advance here, so I will just fire with that guy there. Okay, so let's start with movement. These guys will retreat back, they got too many hits. Maybe a replacement card can fix that later on. And I will play the reposition card, by the way, so I will pay 2 for that. Meaning I will not fire with my machine gun, but I will relocate it 3 hexes towards the German trenches, so they will actually enter it this turn, which is really nice. So I got the machine gun unit in there now. So that was the center section. On my left hand side I will now continue advancing with some fresh troops. And that guy will also move 2 along my own trench. He'll be able to advance further on then, next turn or something like that. And here we have no movement. I will just fire. First with my mortar I will get 2 dice against his machine gun. And that's a hit. Good. Very good. And then I got another die from that rifle guy who fires 3 hexes away. That's 1 die. And, well, always something. And I think there's no other guy who can fire. That moved 2. The machine gun moved, and these guys moved 2 as well. So I'm done. So grab another command card, and I still have plenty of these, so I will grab another combat card as well. That's the famous hand grenade. So we got some Mills bombs for our next close combat, which is nice. Okay. And I cannot discard any combat card because I've played one, right? So I'm done with turn 5. Let's see what the Germans have. They have an attack left, so they will activate their 3 units there. Okay. They could play the stretcher bearer on... Well, don't think there's no use for him to do that now. He could play it on my guy there, but why should he? That's not a threat. He could also pull back one of his guys, but he don't want to do that. He has so few units, so he needs to keep them on the board to fight. Okay, so he will not play that, and he will probably not play the gas attack at this point either. So he activates those three units. Any movement, that guy will move, but where? I think he wants to move here. That guy will stay put and the machine gun will stay put, so all these three can fire. Now we start with that guy. He is 3 hexes away from my trench raiding party, so he will fire at those guys with 3 dice. And that's actually 1 hit. I can absorb 2 of those, but the third one is a hit. His rifles, well, they can fire at my rifle there, or should he fire at my mortar maybe? Maybe he wants to do that. So let's fire here first at my mortar with 1 die. Nothing, and the second one hits me. So 1 more guy down there, or that's the first loss actually. Yeah. So that's it then. We grab him another command card. And we're ready for my turn 6. This is a nice pace now. Okay, we got an infantry assault and we got the replacement. So we could actually now maybe play the replacements. Because we could put some guys there, and also get back some guys to our trench mortar. And the good thing is that we could also activate those by that. So I'll do that now. Try to get those guys back into action. So I will roll 5 dice and see what happens. So let's see what the card says. Each soldier symbol is an infantry unit, HQ of flag, any battlefield unit. So we got 1 HQ and 1 infantry, not that many. I think the deadly dice and bursts are dummies then. Yeah, that was a bad roll. So 1 infantry and 1 battlefield unit. Well, that could be, both of them could be infantry, of course. First of all, I will get back a guy here, so that is in full strength now and activated, and I can add 1 more guy. I actually think I will boost up these rifle unit again. I need to get rifles over there. So that is activated, that one is activated, and actually not my mortars. So these guys will actually advance again to this shell hole. They cannot fire. That guy will now move up 1, and he can fire with 2 dice against the machine gun. And they got a hit. So, okay, and by that I'm done. Grab a card. Still have plenty, so I will grab the 5th card, and that's the maximum hand. So I got now a Battle Fury, cost 2. Play after successful close combat. If I eliminate or force an enemy unit to retreat, I can gain ground and attack again in close combat for 1 additional die. Yeah, so that's not bad. Could be handy. Maybe already next turn. I mean, we have the infantry assault, so I know we can activate that guy in the next turn. This is actually turn 6, right? So in turn 7 we could activate that guys, but we don't know yet what this card hides. Okay. Let's play the German turn 6. And that's an assault right this time. So they have 2 units in the right hand side section. It's the machine gun and that's the reserve infantry there, which will now at last start moving towards the front. And that guy will fire with 3 dice against my machine gun in the trench. I hope he misses now. Well, he hit me for 1. Oops, that was a burst. So we got one guy down here. And that's basically it, because we can't play any card and he didn't have any card. He could have played the gas attack, but I don't think that's... Well, he could have forced me into that wire, but I mean the gas attack is an expensive card and affects all the combat in 1 turn, so I think he wants to use that when there's more combat coming, and he could force me to retreat at several places, or any really critical point of time when he needs to get me out of maybe a victory location hex or something. So we're done. Give him another one. And he now has 3 of those. Let's see what he wants to do. He rolled a 0, which is 10, so he will now grab HQ tokens. He now has 5. And that's it. That was turn 6. 3 turns played. So, the conclusion of this turn, well, I got some troops advancing here in the center now. He don't have that much defenses here. Of course he has the buildings up there which are occupied with heavy troops. But I'm moving forward here and more troops coming. I still have the second line which I haven't committed yet. These 2 rifles. And I also have more rifles here that could eventually rush up here. So, well, not too bad. I'm happy I got the machine gun here, who got hit though by the German machine gun there, who also lost a guy. That German machine gun begins to get really weak now. It's only two guys left there, so he has 50% losses there. So also he got hit here on my trench mortars, but all in all not too bad. I have a full hand of combat cards now, so I can maybe do something good with those. Actually 4 of my 5 cards are connected to close combat. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll upload this one and hope to see you again in part 3, which starts with turn 7. Bye bye.